yourself.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Konowitz, and with me as always is the indica to my sativa, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me.
And the, you know what? The cocaine to my whatever I just said. Nate Loucks.
Cocaina.
Just really
Some good.
just good stuff. Good stuff. Welcome to an all drugs episode of Go Flix Yourself, where we'll be doing cocaine and weed the entire time.
We love doing marijuana. And
all the marijuana
cocaine.
and cocaine.
This is not going to surprise anybody, but I've not done a lot of drugs. Have you guys done the ayahuasca yet?
No.
Oh, no. I would love to give myself a trip like that, though.
Would you? Because I feel like I would find out some stuff about myself that I'm not ready to deal with yet.
I went through like 1 year in 18 to 19.
1 year of ayahuasca.
where I was just high all the time. Like 18,
Like just marijuana.
18
pretty much?
to 19, I smoked a lot of weed. I
Okay,
did.
that was your drug.
That was my
Man,
year.
and that was impressive, too, because back when Ben was 18 and 19, like, weed was, like, dangerous.
Yeah, it had sticks in it.
Yeah.
It was Indiana ditchweed, and it was just not very potent.
Indiana Ditchweed is maybe the laziest Indiana Jones spinoff that they did.
Indiana ditchweed and the Temple of Ditchweed. It's Again, it's very, very, very repetitive.
Long marquee title. You don't want to be the guy hand doing the suction cup with the
and
letters
back
outside.
then, you had to.
Yeah, I did
on a ladder.
I did a lot of letter sucking back in the day when I worked
Well,
at the movie theater.
keep it clean. Keep it a little
Alright,
PG.
well,
Okay,
come
You know what the letters that suck the most?
L.
The D's.
That was L because the long leg.
No, for dicks.
Oh, good. L.
No, we got that.
Anyway,
One time we had to put
boy.
put Borat up on the marquee.
the word Borat.
No,
that
the full
doesn't-
title.
Oh,
No, just kidding.
that would be hilarious.
Just kidding, guys. That's
He's
just
got jokes.
that's just one of the jokes you can expect from Go Flix Yourself
a podcast.
Only on NBC.
from the makers of Don't Wake Daddy.
Ants in their pants. And don't wait, daddy. Guys,
Trouble. It's fun getting in trouble.
it's a podcast,
Fun
and we've
getting
had
into
honestly
trouble.
2 very silly episodes right in a row. I'm
Time to
hoping
get serious.
And so it's time to have a serious episode.
Hey guys,
on a very special,
has your dad ever said he loves you?
on a very special Go Flix
Brad?
Yourself. Brad,
No, I said I don't want to have your baby.
has your father in your life told you that he loves you?
My father's dead.
Did he used to? I'm already apologizing to the listener.
I know.
Don't apologize for something that you're proud of.
The fact that my dad doesn't tell me he loves me?
No.
Your dad tells you he
No,
loves
he does.
you. Yeah.
My father
dad
tells me.
doesn't, but-
Yeah, your dad doesn't. My dad does all the time. He's awesome. He's turned a corner.
You know, he seems really kind in his old age.
He grew into it. It took. He's 70. It took 66 years, and he finally was like, "You know, I love you, right?" And then I'm like, "You could just drop the part." And then at 68 years old, he's like, "I love you," and I was like, "What?"
Hey, Ben, you know who else loves you?
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. That's a little
Superstar.
inside baseball. But this is a movie comedy podcast that is sponsored every
Stop
week.
saying it's a movie comedy podcast. Just a movie podcast.
We're also
if people laugh, more
television.
power to them.
No, I defend
people-
it because you say it's a TV podcast, and so I want to make
No,
sure.
but also like
Sometimes we talk about TV.
we have jokes.
Yeah, we have
jokes.
but we don't go out of our way to like make jokes. Maybe Ben does. Maybe he's a writer and is trying to come up with bits that he has to force upon the people. But we just like to have natural conversations.
But we also like to have a fun time,
We like to have a
which
good
most
joke.
movie podcasts, like on Slash Film Daily, you guys don't have fun.
We have plenty
Yeah.
of fun.
Yeah, you're not doing bits.
Whenever I'm on Slash from Daily, I'm doing bits.
No, you're not. I've heard it. That's a lie.
You haven't heard the ones that I've done, I'll bet.
No, I have not heard
Yeah,
it at all.
you didn't listen
Never-
to anything.
never
You never
listened.
listened at all.
Why would you listen to any of them that he's
Seriously.
not on though?
Yeah, seriously.
That's a good point.
I only listen to the ones he's not on.
I only listen to you.
Okay, so we have a sponsor every week, and this is true. These companies spend thousands, if not millions, of dollars to sponsor this podcast.
That's how we're allowed to do this
That's
for a
why,
living.
that's how we can do it for a living. It is the easiest job in the world, and we're blessed. We're blessed, all 3 of us,
By who?
by
Jesus.
the sponsor.
Jesus.
Well, no, by the sponsor. So, Brad, do we have a sponsor this week? And if so, who gave us $100,000 this week?
Ben, let me ask you something.
I don't like the cupping of the mic. This has never happened, and I'm not a fan.
Ben, listen.
Okay, this is uncomfortable, man.
What do you think about pancakes?
Like, why did you ask me that? Like, what are you wearing? What do you think about pancakes?
What do you think about
Could you go for some friggin' flapjacks?
Flapjacks? I could go some freaking flapjacks right now.
With some syrup? I love it. Oh, love it.
Just a nice
They never
stick
give you
of
a
flapjacks?
Oh my
never.
God.
They never give
You know what?
enough syrup
I
with the
enjoy
flapjacks.
I enjoy a good pancake. I like French toast better, but I enjoy a good pancake.
What about crepes?
Pass.
I love crepes.
Really?
Little sweetness, little taste of cream.
You like those hotcakes though?
Oh, I love me some hotcakes too.
My girlfriend in high school, her mother made crepes and they were delicious. But then I went to restaurants to get them, and they're terrible because those homemade ones were the best ones I've ever had. So I've never had, shout out to Jan Riberty, best crepes in LaPorte County.
Well,
Crepes are kind of a pancake, but they have stuff in them.
Thanks, Nate.
Just wanted you to know, listeners.
yeah, the pancakes with stuffing in them. That's like stuffing.
Are we
pancakes?
just talking down to the audience? Not like, by the way, idiots, crepes are basically pancakes with shit in
What
them.
about Johnny cakes? What are Johnny cakes?
Johnny cakes is what you call your son Johnny in 1952. Guys, how do you feel about IHOP?
I mean, we have one, but
I
don't
feel
go.
like for some reason it's dirtier than Waffle House, and that's saying something.
I don't know about that. I've never seen fights break out of IHOP.
I think that like Waffle House is like more like just what you're getting into, and IHOP you sit down and you're like, wow, why is the table sticky? It shouldn't be.
Well, there's so much syrup.
Yeah, I mean that's a house of pancakes.
But like at Waffle House, it's expected. And
They're gonna
at
get
IHOP,
syrup.
It wouldn't be.
They're gonna get syrup everywhere.
I don't know. What do you guys think? What comes to mind as the better restaurant, IHOP or Denny's?
We're talking about food or
Just like
I would
quality.
go to an
food
IHOP.
or ambiance.
Quality. Just
I
like
would go to an IHOP over Denny's.
No, I like.
I'd go
Denny's
Denny's
better.
over IHOP.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The last Denny's experience I had was in a neighboring town of ours, listeners, Michigan City, and it was pretty rough. The IHOP here in Michigan City is rough, but edible. And that was the difference between the two.
Rough but edible.
Yeah.
The Nate Loucks story. Okay, what are we doing today?
I'm delicious.
Quit touching the bag like that, buddy. Oh man, he's just massaging.
Gotta squeeze this airbag. All right, gonna pop open this bag. Don't you dare look at the front. Just take some out of there. No, I haven't. I just opened the bag. You just saw me open the bag. No, let go. I can't reach it. The chips are at the bottom of the bag. Jeez.
It's one of those bags where it has like 7 chips, even though it's a full
fucking
bag.
Dumlo.
What is a Dumlo?
Look at him. That's what he is. All right, everyone, get ready to crisp into the chips.
That'll awaken your senses.
That's very confusing.
It is confusing. It very much feels. Don't chew into the microphone.
That was him.
Stop it, both of you. People legitimately don't like that.
Who?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna name one person.
I'm sorry, guys. It is no. It tastes like pancakes and syrup. Ta-da! Is that the grand reveal? IHOP presents Lay's potato chips. Is that what this is?
Hey, Brad.
Okay. Oh my god.
Sounds like he's crisping an apple. That's how crunchy it is. These are IHOP's Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Strawberry topped pancakes with syrup and
I don't like
bacon.
them. I don't like them.
And they're potato chips from Lay's.
I don't like them.
I was so excited when I found out these were coming out, and I was so glad I found them for the podcast.
I do taste a little strawberry.
Yeah,
I don't know that I taste the bacon.
No, I think the bacon comes into the very end. The strawberry is the most prominent, and
The
it
bacon
smells
would
like
be good.
strawberry very strongly. The bag does.
Yeah.
And then the syrup comes through like in the middle. But the strawberry is definitely the strongest flavor.
Syrup and bacon, I could go for like a chip with that, but the strawberry, I'm not a big fan of.
They weren't bad.
No, it definitely, like I said, it awakens your senses.
Like immediately it's like
whoa.
tangy chip,
Okay, hello.
and then sweet and savory.
All right. So anyway,
Wow. Well, thanks IHOP and Lay's for making this weird, delicious Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity
Brett,
chip.
what's the movie that you saw last?
What's the
You couldn't see Brad doing a DJ move there, but that was a
DJ move there.
wicked.
The last movie I saw
Yeah.
was assigned to me by my good friend Nate.
Mm-hmm.
He reached way back into the late 90s and gave me a movie that I hadn't seen.
It awakened something in me when I saw this movie.
I bet it did. I bet it awakened a lot of things in you with all of the school uniforms and Nev Campbell and
She was hot back then.
oh my gosh.
Scream?
No, this is The Craft.
Oh.
Where if everybody wants some is a movie with just dudes being dudes, This movie is just
Witches being witches.
Yeah, it really is just witches being witches. They're just using magic to like mess with people and just like getting a little sassy, and,
Changing their hair color.
changing their hair color. All of a sudden, showing some skin because they don't have burns anymore. So yeah, it's just these 3 teenage women
Sassy witches.
who are like into witchcraft, stuff like that, and then this new girl comes along and they feel like this connection with her, and she has some like little powers of her own, and so they become this like coven of witches and put spells on some of their people in school, and yeah, it's
Whatever happened to Robin Tooney?
she didn't do a lot, and then she's still around, I think, like she still pops up every now and then, but yeah,
Because she had like a couple of years where she was a pretty big deal.
she had her moment,
What was
like kind of like Claire Forlani.
Oh, Empire Records, remember?
Yeah.
Encino Man, Empire Records, The Craft, and then nothing.
And then nothing.
Did I ever talk about Empire Records on this podcast?
You don't like it, right?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I love Empire Records.
I hated it.
Why?
I just didn't. It didn't feel like it had like the authenticity of like one of those movies that should be like
Reality Bites.
yeah, or Clerks. Or
No,
something
it's
like
so
that.
good. It's so good.
No, I was really annoyed by it.
I
Really?
liked it.
I actually thought all the characters were despicable too.
Liv Tyler's.
The Minions were in it?
Yeah.
So, and
That's
then
not a Minion voice.
whatever
at
happened to
all. What
Fairuza?
the hell was that?
Whatever happened to Fairuza Balk?
She did Waterboy
Yeah, exactly. Is that the
Worst.
only thing
and Almost
she's-
Famous.
Did
She was almost famous?
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's Almost Famous.
No, she was almost famous?
No, I mean,
I mean, she was pretty famous for a little while.
She's pretty famous.
What did you think?
IHOP, Rudy Tooty, Fresh and Fruity.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah, I liked it for what it was, as
Yeah.
far as like a '90s movie. It's got a little bit of
It's very 90s.
a little bit of camp to it. It's got a very '90s soundtrack.
Better or
it's-
worse than Boiler Room?
Better than Boiler Room because like it's not taking itself too seriously.
I don't think Boiler Room takes those seriously.
No, that's the problem. It didn't take itself seriously enough.
The Dog of Wall Street.
The Junior Bear of Wall Street.
What?
Junior Bear, like a tiny bear.
Like a gummy bear?
No, like a cub.
The Cub of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Okay. This has been fun. Did you watch anything else?
Yeah, I watched another weird one actually. I watched Teen Wolf for the first time.
With
First
Michael.
of all, why? And second of all, okay, talk.
Well, first of all, you know what Teen Wolf's about?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's about a teenager who
Turns
finds
into
out he's a wolf.
The werewolf, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd never seen it, and I like Michael J. Fox, and I was like, well, if there's anybody who can convince me,
But what? Like, did you just stumble across this, or did you think in your mind, you know what? I've never seen Teen Wolf. I'm going to put that on.
it was on my list on Max. I was scrolling through stuff to watch. It was a 90-minute breeze. I like Michael J. Fox. I'm a big fan of lycanthropes, and
It's a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, it's. I honestly like.
It's silly.
I
It's
miss
just silly
I miss
fun.
the days of when you could have a movie like this and not really explain anything and just let it happen.
Yep.
And the stakes aren't very high.
Yep.
It's just like Michael J. Fox realizes he's a werewolf. His dad's like,
Yep,
"Yep,
that's
we're werewolves.
Welcome to the family business.
Yep." And then all of a sudden, he
But
turns
it's not
into-
like they're not like there's not a vampire hunter or werewolf hunter trying to
right.
kill him.
And he doesn't really have to face any adversity too. All of a sudden, the high school's like, "Oh fuck yeah, there's a werewolf in our school."
Werewolf. And is it Styles? Is that the guy that's got the glasses in this one?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
No. What's that one?
That's
It's a different
yeah,
80s
it's
movie
a
where
different
he's
80s movie,
yeah.
yeah.
But is it Styles?
I think that's what his name.
Yeah, he wears sunglasses at night basically and like rides on the top of the van.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's just like and he's the hype man
Yeah.
for the Teen Wolf,
It's just
Also, he's just tremendous at basketball.
yeah. I just
It's Jerry Levine plays Styles.
And did he have any career after that whatsoever?
No.
I just wish that they still like made movies like this. Like I would love it if they just made comedies where you bought into something and it was just silly and fun and
I mean, they
But
are,
you say
right?
that,
like
but
like
then you
Disney and
say that, but then
Netflix
you-
released some of those
The
types of
complaint
films.
is always that
Name one.
they didn't do any kind of backstory. It was just really lazy. Yeah,
no, but
that's
there's a balance though, because like for example, National Lampoon's Animal House. There's no real primary conflict or anything to overcome except not getting expelled.
well,
And-
that is the primary.
But they're not
conflict.
even actively trying to avoid that. It's just a series of hijinks that get them into more and more trouble. Like they're not trying. Like in Van Wilder, they give him a plot. He has to like make enough money to stay in school because his dad isn't going to pay for it anymore. Then he has to figure out how to graduate on time or else get expelled from school. They even give Van Wilder more plot. Whereas like I miss the days of chaos comedies. Like even something like Stripes. Stripes is a very similar example where there's no real like story driving it.
In
It's just
Stripes,
a
it's like you're gonna get kicked out of the military, and that's not necessarily the biggest deal to him in the first place.
Yeah, no one cares. It's
But he's like, I like the military. I want to stay here.
Yeah.
But then something does happen where he's got to kind of pull it together and like make something happen.
but there's the stakes aren't made to
It's
be
not nuclear war though.
Yeah, and the stakes aren't made to be major, and it's even like they don't even spend most of the time like thinking about it, or talking about it. They're just on a series of misadventures, and every
fair.
now and then they're reminded of that.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's the thing. I wish they would do stuff like that more often now.
Did you see anything else?
I watched. The reason I was kind of on my Michael J. Fox kick a little bit is because I also watched Atlantis: The Lost Empire, which is the animated movie that came out from Disney around the same time that Treasure Planet did. Similar kind of animation style. And I was hoping that I would have the same kind of like, oh, wow, this is actually pretty cool, like Treasure Planet. But the story isn't as good as it should be. It kind of doesn't make a lot of sense once you start thinking about it. Not that it's stupid. It just doesn't seem like it's very well thought out as far as like the mythology and how it plays out and everything. But the animation is particularly cool. There's a lot of great 2D animation in it. The production design is very cool, and it's a fun idea. But it's just the adventure is not capitalized on, I think, well enough to really be all that memorable.
Okay.
And it makes me miss the days of when they were a lot better at matching actors to voices. Like they weren't going for tons of big names or anything. You have these just great voice actors doing characters that are very cool.
No, you look at the names in this, and it's. You got some people.
It's a whose isn't.
John Mahoney, Jim Barney. Jim Barney just did. He was equal.
Jim Barney was awesome.
Yeah, he was just such a good Leonard Nimoy.
Also, I read an article about him after he passed. It was years later, but said that because he was Ernest P. Worrell, he of course was a huge smoker, but he never ever was allowed to be. I don't want photos taking me smoking. I don't smoke around kids. I don't smoke at public appearances. He knew that it was his vice, and he knew that he had a problem with it, but he never wanted the kids to ever see that and be a bad influence. And I think that that's commendable, if not respectable.
Hey, I don't want them to see me smoking, Vern.
That's not at all what Jim Barney sounded
Was
like.
that
a
your
Jim
Ernest?
Barney?
Like, was that your Jim
Ernest.
Was that an earnest attempt at Ernest?
Like that was
Yeah.
that was an Ernest impression?
Yeah.
Do it again.
No, I'm good.
No, just try one more time.
I don't want to do any smoking there, Vern.
It's getting worse.
That's got somehow even worse.
Do yours.
Have you seen Teen Wolf 2?
2 years.
Hey, hey.
That's just a sound. That's not doing a voice.
That's what he does.
He talks though. How does he talk as a character?
I mean, he's a smoker, so he talks like a smoker.
See, can he do it? He's sitting there like casting stones from his glass house.
I don't know, there, Woody. We shouldn't go down that road.
That's what I just did. And also, that was Slinky Dog,
That was
But that's his voice, though.
but not Ernest. Ernest has a little bit different.
I did.
I didn't ask you to do Slinky Dog. I didn't say, hey, be Jim Varney when he's in Toy Story. I said, do the Ernest voice.
But I haven't seen him in a long time. So
So you don't know how to do it either? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I did the
you fucking
I did
idiot.
the
You know who does have a voice in Atlantis: The Lost Empire, though, is Don Novello, who is Father Guido Sarducci.
Cool.
You don't know that?
Yeah, from Saturday Night Live. I get it.
Yeah. And he does like he has the same kind of voice, but it matches like this character.
We're gonna go ahead and beat this devil and the leprechaun, and we're good old fashioned Miak.
Like I remember that from like one of the Ernest Scared Stupid ones, where Miak. He thought it was Miak and it's milk.
No, just Miak.
Good old fashioned Miak.
I have to rewatch some of those films because I've not seen any Ernest.
It's been
film.
forever
Yeah.
since I've seen any Ernest film.
There you go.
How would you rank the Ernest films?
Front to back.
Is Ernest Scared Stupid the best one?
I don't know.
Ernest Goes to Camp is the number
Okay.
one best one
I'm a
by
big
far.
fan of Slam Dunk Ernest.
No, but that's the one.
Slam Dunk Ernest is a real one with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Listen, I understand. But
Basketball.
I remember watching Ernest Goes to Camp as a kid, and
Having the biggest boner.
he sings a song, and he's got his little turtle in
What's
his
the song?
hand. And he's, gee, I'm glad it's raining. 'Cause no
Oh, yeah.
one can see the teardrops in your eyes.
Oh yeah, you're like crying.
Yeah, and I was a sad kid. I was like, "That's so sad. They're so mean to Ernest. Like
I know.
everybody hated him.
I know.
You know." And so that was a good enough movie that like let's do 27 sequels.
So let me go through them. So in 1985, Dr. Otto and the Riddle of the Gloom Beam. There's an unnamed cameo role for
Jim Varney.
Ernest.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where Ernest is actually
Gotcha.
born. But the first films was
That's where he's born.
87. Ernest goes to camp. 1988. Ernest saves Christmas.
Oh.
Yep.
Went to Christmas pretty fast.
1990. Ernest goes to jail. Do you guys remember that one?
I
Yeah,
do.
hell yeah, I do.
I've seen all these.
That's the one-
But back then.
That's the one where he went to jail.
Oh boy. And then followed by Ernest goes to prison because he killed a guy at jail.
No. Ernest Scared Stupid in 1991.
That makes sense.
Then 1993. Ernest Rides Again.
Oh, I forgot about
Oh, I
Ernest
did
Rides
forget
Again.
about that.
And then Slam Dunk Ernest.
Nope.
Shit,
Then
what?
1994. Ernest Goes to School.
Whoa!
I did not see Ernest Goes to
Didn't
School.
see that coming.
What? You didn't see Ernest Goes to School? That had a budget of $3 million.
That's a lot of money, Vern.
And then
Not good.
the next three.
The next three? There's
What?
The next three were all direct to video.
Slam Dunk Ernest.
Slam Dunk Ernest.
There it is.
Starring Jim Varney and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Told you.
I know you did, Brad. Thank you.
And then Ernest Goes to Africa.
Oh, that's right.
Does that hold up?
I'm
Just asking a
gonna
question.
guess not.
Probably not.
And then Hip Hop Ernest.
Nope. 1998's Ernest in
Ernest
the
in
Army.
blackface. Oh,
Oh, Ernest in the Army. Yeah.
oh
wow.
yeah. I
And
thought they
then-
were going to call it In the Earnest Now, but they
He had
didn't.
a TV show. Did you guys know that?
That's a porn.
In the Earnest Now.
Yeah.
He had a TV show called Hey Vern, It's Ernest in 1988.
Hey, Vern, it's Ernest.
The importance of being earnest. Okay, well, you know what? They can all be winners.
Especially that one.
You know what? That's not a bad joke.
There's one more movie I watched that I think you guys would love. because
Ernest Goes to School.
It was hilarious. BJ Colangelo recommended it to me on when we were talking on Slash Film podcast one day.
Well, who is that?
She's from Slash Film.
Okay.
It's called The Package. It's on Netflix. It's a 2018 comedy, and we're talking about it because Geraldine Viswanathan from Drive-Away Dolls and Blockers is in it. And it is
Oh, I've seen this.
so funny.
I've seen this.
It has the vibe of like a Superbad
Yep.
or something like that. It has a great young cast.
Wait. I saw this and started watching with my daughter, and then turned it
Oh,
off.
gross!
Yeah.
And that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, and then
When she
quickly
was
turned
7?
it off.
Or, sorry,
Be-
when she was...
No, like
12?
she was 10, probably. Or,
Yeah.
thinking that it's like a kind of a silly teen comedy.
Oh,
and
it's a
something
very
like
silly
that.
teen comedy.
But it
where
is-
a dude's dick gets cut
Yeah.
off, and there are
Is-
several shots of the dick cut off.
How many dick shots did you get through before you turned it off?
Oh, I know. It in the first
4.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
There's
This
only-
is not
yeah.
a movie for.
But no,
Is it rated R then? And you said like...
I don't know because it seems
It's
like
on. It's on
Netflix
it's on
don't
Netflix,
really.
so yeah, it's not super.
you don't really
prominent.
know like what films are rated.
I mean, to be
Great
fair,
parenting.
yeah, it doesn't.
oh,
really,
it's not even the worst thing. Let me-
That wasn't the worst thing I showed her that day. I went on YouTube like Faces of Death.
But
this
I-
is what I saw when we were growing
Boogie
up.
Nights.
I did end up seeing this though.
It's so funny. I was surprised by just
Like,
how funny this movie
Tell your
was.
daughter, don't leave the room. You need to learn.
There was some really funny.
Made by the
things.
same guy that did Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Yeah, Jake Szymanski, who has a history with Funny or Die. He's done some really good stuff.
Oh, I totally forgot about
Mike and
this
Dave
film.
Need Wedding Dates. Not one of those really good things.
But this movie just has the great rapport that you want out of teen comedies like this. Like they have a great like camaraderie between them. They have like funny lines that they say to each other and everything. and
Blake
it's just-
Henderson's in it.
but it doesn't feel like it's trying too
From
hard.
Workaholics?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a small
Nice.
part in it. They're
No, actually, most of the people aren't big, right? Other than Geraldine, what is how do you-
Geraldine Viswanathan.
Yeah. She's probably become the
And even
biggest
then,
star.
and even then, she wasn't super famous when this came
How?
out.
When did this come out?
2018.
18. Gotcha.
So yeah, you guys,
17 years ago.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
you guys would like it a lot.
Okay. The package.
It has a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 42%. Don't believe it. It's better.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
way better than that. People didn't get it. People are
Well, I know
stupid.
we don't.
By the way, Teen Wolf 2. We didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah,
Jason
Brad, you see
Bateman, haven't seen it.
Teen Wolf 2?
No,
Are you gonna watch it?
Back in Jason Bateman's cocaine days.
I don't know.
Was he?
Maybe just for that.
I mean, probably
was that his
maybe
cocaine-
not yet. His cocaine days, I think, were in his mid 20s to
Cocaine.
early 40s.
How old is Jason Bateman?
In his early to mid 50s.
Cocaine.
55.
Because he said 50. Sam Rockwell was 55. So he goes, oh, we're about the same age.
Oh, cocaine.
Okay, buddy. Teen Wolf 2, not as good.
I wouldn't know.
You should watch it.
I want to see Threen Wolf.
You know what? Let's make that movie.
Yeah.
What up? Timothy Chalamet and Threen Wolf?
Tishami Malache.
It would be. Did they make a Teen Wolf like TV show?
Yeah, they did, but it was a way different vibe on MTV.
Was it
Yeah.
like serious?
It was gory.
Yeah, it was like a teen thriller kind of vibe.
Because this is teen thriller.
Thriller with teens. Ben, what's the last movie you watched, you son of a bitch?
I watched, what's the Moana one?
Oh,
It's listen, I just can't remember the title of it.
I'm
not being weird. I just can't remember the name.
Very
Naomi.
dismissive. Close. It's closer. Use better letters.
What is it? I pulled it up on Netflix and I watched it.
What is it?
I don't remember the title. You gave it to me, but I literally used it from the text message to search on Netflix and I watched it, but I can't remember the title. It was the one was Nate was very dismissive about.
I wasn't dismissive.
Yeah, watch that one. Whatever.
Our listeners know.
Nairobi. Johnny. I honestly don't remember.
Nairobi.
Is that Nairobi?
No, that's a town.
Normal.
Or a
It's not
city.
normal. That's a character from Garfield.
Are you sure?
I am actually. Anyway, I watched the movie on Netflix. Can't remember the title.
Navarone.
Sure, Guns of.
The Navi.
Yep, and it was Avatar.
It's called Nimona.
I don't know if you're being serious.
I
It
am.
is. Nimona.
So I watched Nimona. What year did this come out?
Like a year
Last
ago.
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nominated for
And I feel
Best
like it
Animated
went.
Feature.
Brad watched it a couple weeks ago, and I told you to watch it because you hadn't seen it. I felt like it went under the radar a little bit. It was
Somewhat.
It was. I liked this.
I
Film
liked it. I really like you can do anything with animation, obviously. I did like that they brought knights into the 21st or even the future, basically, not even the 21st century, but even further. So it's like this very respectable class of knighthood and a lot of tradition, but like with smartphones and lasers and stuff. And so that dichotomy that juxtaposition was really cool. I really liked that. And they did a lot of things that I wasn't expecting. There's a scene where one character's asking another character about her backstory, and she tells this kind of story, and about, honestly, 20 seconds into the story, it just turns into like a joke on him for asking a stupid question. It's not the actual backstory you think you're going to get.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of playfulness is marked throughout, and I really did enjoy that part of it. Something that could have been very paint by numbers turned into something that was really enjoyable to watch.
So we host a Saturday Night Live podcast called the 10 to 1. There are 2 Saturday Night Live actors that are voice actors in this, or former cast or current cast.
Yeah, Beck Bennett.
Yep.
And I don't know.
Sarah Sherman.
Who did she play?
Coriander Cavarish.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
She played Nimona.
No, it was very good. I highly recommend it. You can watch it with your kids. It's stylized, not like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse or anything like that, but there's a different animation style to it.
It's a fun film.
It is a fun film, and it's short.
It's not real long,
I honestly thought that it was going to be longer. 17 minutes of credits. We just talked about The Godfather has 2 minutes of credits. This has 17 minutes of credits because I paused it just to see where I was. Like, shit, I got a little bit more here, and the movie ended.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, this
That's
is
only
literally
kind of
18
with
minutes.
Netflix because Netflix they have the dubbing credits at the end of the movies too.
Yeah, so
it's
that it's at an hour and 47. It was an hour 29.
Yeah,
it really
it's
was not long at
real
all.
long, but
it's a breezy one.
It was fun.
it's on Netflix. It came out June of last
It's
year.
nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. So
Good for it.
yeah. Did you watch anything else?
I did. I did not watch What If though.
Are you serious?
I really didn't.
You can't just keep like bailing on the movies.
I mean, I'm not trying to, but I ran out of time, so I watched Naomi today. Nimona. I watched Nimona today. Finished it up 15 minutes before the podcast.
We assign movies in advance to,
Listen, I get it.
to avoid this.
I thought I'd have more time.
Starting today.
I had the home show.
Starting today,
you know?
everyone's turning over a new leaf.
My mommy and daddy came back from California. I spent time with them. I had a meeting with Ryan at the arcade at 10 o'clock at night on
We're
Sunday.
getting no.
I mean,
Wait,
no,
were
hey,
you- did you
hold
give
on.
him? Did you give him What If, like the 2010 film with Kevin Sorbo?
No,
I watched. That's what I started playing.
It's
to be
from
honest,
2014.
no, I watched it and I was like, I can't believe he's giving this religious right bullshit, and I turned it off.
It's from 2014.
The one with Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe and Zoe Kazan,
Okay.
Adam Driver.
No, it looked. I mean, I saw the trailer and I really do want to watch it.
Yeah, and it's very good. And today we're turning over a new leaf. We're gonna watch our assignments.
And I will be honest with you. I did watch 6 episodes of the second season of Reacher and 1
See?
episode of Ozark, so I did have time. I just chose to do something.
How about that Reacher though?
I really
He's a
liked it.
badass.
Yeah,
how about the Reacher? You
Is-
like? Oh yeah, you like watching Big Beef Man?
I'd give him a Reacher on.
Five good guys.
Is it?
Five bad guys.
Is it in the second season where he's
He's big and beefy.
the woman's getting carjacked or something like that.
It's like the first episode.
Yeah, the first episode. And he's like,
he just literally punches.
yeah.
So my favorite thing.
I would totally
it's
do
so
that.
Dumb.
I would do that.
That's why I love it. It's so outlandish and silly, but it's still kind of grounded. He walks up in the second season in like the third episode. He kicks the front of a car to make the airbag go off, and it hits the guy in the face, and he pulls him out of the car and beats him up. And it's like, you can't kick a car and make the airbag go off.
I'm sorry. What he did.
Exactly.
But that's the guy. And honestly, I'm watching it, and I know that happens in the real world. Like, that doesn't, you can't do that. He kicks it, and I'm like, fuck yeah. I was like, yeah, you get him, Reacher.
Slash Film's lead editor, Jacob Hall.
I fucking hate that I love the show. I hate that I'm so dumb that I love the show.
Oh, it's so good.
He reads the Jack Reacher books because they're so like just outlandish.
Yeah, people love them. Like
he said in what I believe is the most recent one. In one of the scenes, what happens is he's
in one of the most recent books.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is about to get punched, and to deflect it, he headbutts
the fist.
Yeah, that's how I do.
No, honestly,
shatters the guy's fist.
Honestly,
instead.
that is not a bad move because the top of your skull, very, very hard part of your body. Anybody that knows fighting, Brad, would know that.
I don't know if that's like the best.
I don't think that's what's gonna.
What about like block?
I mean, look it up. Look up Krav Maga.
Down block. Up block.
Tim McGraw's a country singer.
They do. Look up Krav Maga. Tim McGraw's brother. He's adopted. There is a lot of, and this is a podcast, obviously, so you can't see what I'm doing, but there's a lot of moves where he punches a guy and like turns around and then uses his elbow in an upward manner and like gets him under the chin. And it happens so quick. I'm like, he's going to kill that guy by just an elbow. And it looks like he murdered somebody.
No, but have you ever been in listeners don't know. I haven't been in a bar fight, but have you ever been in a bar fight?
I've never been in a bar fight. I've been punched at a bar.
I've fallen on the floor at a bar.
I've punched a person at a bar. I've been punched at a bar, but it never escalated to a fight.
Did you just walk away?
A lot of times it was like pretty drunk, and somebody was making trouble, and
someone said that Ben didn't have a yacht.
You throw one punch, and then they go down, and then you move away quickly so you don't get in trouble. Or I get hit, and I go down, and they run away quickly. That happened to me in Florida, in Tampa, in Ybor City. I got punched in the eye, and I had a black eye coming home.
Were you in college?
I was in college, yes.
Have you ever gotten in a bar fight?
No. I'm a little baby boy.
That was fighting Ben back in the day. I got in multiple fights in college.
Fighting Ben.
It was not high school.
Has a point.
I was a wuss in high school. I just didn't the testosterone really hit in college, and I was very self-important.
Who wants me?
And so if anybody bumped into me, I was that Cro-Magnon idiot. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? I was that guy for a couple of years.
You smudged my Adidas sneakers.
I was on edge.
You spilled hot sauce on my jacket. This is a leather jacket. You spilled hot sauce on it.
By the way, you're working to do like a Christopher Walken here soon.
Hey, you also spilled barbecue sauce on my shoes.
That's not Christopher Walken. That's the worst. Keep that in.
Hold on.
That's the worst.
I wasn't.
Hey, do your best, Christopher. Hey, you spilled hot sauce on my shoes.
I'm walking here.
I'm
walking here.
I got hot sauce on my shoes. Oh,
I wasn't trying to.
I'm Chrissy Walken.
No, I was already on like my voice, and then like Nate interjected with Christopher Walken.
Nope.
I wasn't trying to do Christopher Walken.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, hot sauce on my shoes.
And scene. How was that, Christopher Walken? Is that pretty good? That's his twin brother, Chris Walken.
This is what I did for Christopher Walken. Hey, what are you doing here? You fucking spilled cereal in my car. So these fucking Lucky Charms in my trunk.
Christopher Walken trying to get a reservation moved up because he got there early. I'm Christopher Walken here.
No, don't.
Oh, why did you have to do that?
Yeah, just bring it down.
What? Well, that was.
Do you think that I could be a comedian? And
No.
Be crisp.
Nope.
Crisp Walken.
Crisp?
Yeah.
What's that?
He just wears a leather jacket.
I think you gotta do better than that,
No,
man.
he's just a comedian.
The listeners do expect a little bit from you.
No, that's the whole thing. Is he doesn't do a Christopher Walken bit. He's just like he's a cool guy named Crisp Walken.
Crisp Walken.
Yeah.
No. How about that? No. Hey, it's me, Christopher Walken. I'm over here. Will you get some cereal on your tongue? What did you say earlier?
Spilled cereal in my car.
Yeah, you spill cereal in my car. I'm Chris Walken. It's who I am. It's what I do. Christopher Walken is not Italian American. I don't believe he is
Don't
at
you
all.
want to see that movie? Though?
I do actually. I'm walking here. The Christopher Walken story.
No, don't make the joke again.
Come on.
No, people have done that already. Don't ruin it.
Come on.
You gotta come in here with your stupid mustache.
What else did you? What'd you watch this? That's the only movie I watched this week.
How do we get on the Christopher Walken?
I don't care. Nate, what did you watch?
So I only watched 2 movies. The first one is a new film on Netflix called Spaceman. Have you guys heard of this film?
Yes.
Leo Spaceman?
No, it is a film starring Adam Sandler, Paul Dano, and Carey Mulligan.
More of a serious turn again for Mr. Sandler?
It is, but
strange too.
it's
Who does Rob
really,
Schneider play?
Really weird. It is.
You can come back from space.
I wanted to like this film because I like serious Sandler.
No, he's in Mission Control.
But you have to understand, I don't like spiders, and there's a spider in this. Like
That's the reason.
But
you
the
didn't
spider,
like
but the spider talks.
there is.
Wait, is there a talking spider in the
Yes, there's a talking
Paul
spider.
Paul Dano is this alien, but he hears a spider.
Oh,
yeah,
boy, okay.
yeah, and it's
You
like
can do it. You can come back from space.
it's pretty much Adam Sandler and this talking spider. the whole
Houston,
time.
we have a problem.
No, that's what they would do though. Is they're gonna put Rob Schneider in one of these movies, and you're gonna be like waiting for him to do something stupid, but he's gonna be serious.
Yeah,
the whole
I'm
time.
like, wow, that's not what I expect. I don't like this. It would make me uncomfortable because every time he gets on stage, I'm like, it's gonna happen. Oh, he didn't do the line. Okay, fine. Making spaces.
I'm surprised you didn't watch it this week because did we talk about this on the trailer, the Spaceman,
I don't think
or
so.
on the podcast? I thought we
I
did.
don't think we did.
But is it Johan? Right?
I don't. The listener cannot see what
Johann
Brad's doing, but
Sebastian
he's
Bach.
wearing a blanket right now, and he's doing things with his hands under the blanket that I don't like.
There's aquarium I have here.
It's what?
Aquarium?
Eat another edible, buddy.
I don't need another one.
Yeah, well, clearly, because this is very strange. You have a very tactile thing going on right now.
I had an edible.
Yeah. Everyone knows. Everybody knows.
No, not everyone knew.
I'm gonna talk to anybody who's a normal listener, a regular listener.
You
to
have
this
asked
podcast.
them before they got to this point.
And I'm like, at what point did you know?
Said that with Brad.
And like yeah, Alex
You know
Pappas is
Brad
gonna be
was
like,
high. Did you?
fucking minute 1.
I knew it. Chris Walken.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Another film I saw was a film directed by Ben Younger.
Did you like Spaceman?
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't think it was good. I lost interest in it. I fought through it though. I didn't.
but
pause.
did you fight for it?
But I just also Adam Sandler's doing. He's doing a very particular speaking thing when he speaks.
Oh, I'm in space.
Yeah, it is not one of his characters.
That would be so terrible.
Mission Control, countdown.
No, if anything, he's just being kind of like
Houston, we have a double.
docile and like serious, and it just didn't work for me. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Okay.
It's not getting great ratings either. But
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews, honestly.
Your space is so beautiful. I just want to hit it with a sledgehammer.
Punch Drunk Love.
Huh?
Good reference. Solid. Deep
Space,
cut.
space. Got it. Okay, here we go.
So another film that was given.
That's, by the way, that's my serious Sandler.
Uh-huh.
Not bad.
Yeah.
No, we did say it was good.
I don't think you said it was good though. You just said something different.
Well, I was trying to keep.
We just
moving,
acknowledged
but,
it. We just
yeah.
wanted to move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, a film written and directed by Ben Younger called.
So wait, it wasn't. No, but just real quick.
Fucking
Hold
hell,
on.
man.
Listen, let's just talk about Mia for a little bit. So it wasn't good enough to be like, wow, that was a good.
It was fine.
Serious
it was
Sandler?
fine. It was fine.
No, it was fine.
Like, you've had worse impressions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, we're good. I'm moving on. I can't believe we're still talking about it. What's next, Nate?
So I watched a film that was given to me by my friend Ben called Boiler Room, written and directed by Ben Younger. It was.
He actually watched it.
Did you really watch it?
I legitimately watched it.
Oh my God.
You made this your movie?
He told me to watch this.
No, remember he changed.
Oh no! What did you?
He was
what'd you change
joking.
it?
It was a joke. It was a flippant because you were being such a
Yeah,
dick
he
about
gave
like.
you a real movie.
What would you give me?
He gave you the game.
Oh no! I watched the Boiler Room.
And I'm not joking. You responded.
Yeah, you
we
hadn't
talked about
seen
this.
it.
You hadn't seen the game.
Oh my
I haven't
God.
seen the Boiler Room.
What do you? Hey! What are you guys doing?
Yeah, seriously.
We
I'm not
host a
joking.
podcast. Ben didn't watch his movie. You watched a movie that he was
Okay.
joking about.
All right. Here's the thing: is
What are we doing here, guys?
You know what, Brad? Here's one. Shut the fuck up.
Brad, I watched the film.
I'm high on this podcast, and I'm the only one who has my shit together.
What did you think of
I
Boiler
watched
Room?
the film.
What did you think of
I
Boiler Room?
watched the film.
What did you think of Boiler Room?
That was given to me by Ben.
Fair enough. What did you think of Boiler Room?
Okay, so I bet
Oh my god!
I bet you watched this in 2000 when we went to college and thought I'm going to be one of these freaking bros and I'm going to make millions of dollars.
That's exactly what I
And
said.
No, that's not-
I'm gonna
Nate's
smoke.
being a little bit more pointed about this, though. He's attacking me right now.
I'm gonna freaking get some coke off that table.
No.
And I'm gonna be Giovanna Ribisi.
Even though I just said in college I like to fight, it has nothing to do with the fact that I like Boiler Room.
you know what though, it was so interesting to see like Vin Diesel in this role because he's trying to act.
He's trying to act.
Nia Long's beautiful, but seeing so many different actors in this,
At
I'm
that-
like,
at that-
I was
at
like,
that
I
stage
think
of
I
their
know who
career.
that is. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so like, let me give you the cast of this film. You've got Giovanna Ribisi, who's the main character, Vin Diesel, Nia Long, Scott Conn, Nicky Cat. What the hell happened to Nicky Cat?
He's dead.
Is he?
No, I don't know.
He was in so many things around this time.
We talked about this a little bit just with The Craft, right? Whatever happens to, and they have this like flash in the pan moment for like 2 or 3 years. They're in everything.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, either they probably get too big for their britches and ask for too much money, or they are not likable enough or good people enough, or they just decide, I don't like fame and I'm just going to take my money and run. Like, there's a lot of reasons why people quit.
True.
Yeah, he was in A Time to Kill. He was in Dazed and Confused. He was in Boiler Room. I guess he was in the show Monk, but he seemed to be a pretty big deal for a second and then went nowhere. So Scott Conn, Ron Rifkin, who's the Giovanna Ribisi's dad, he just does such a good job in everything he
He's
does.
in The Negotiator.
You know who else is in there? Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't think Nate listens to us when we talk.
Tom Everett.
We
Scott,
really did say like Jamie Kennedy, and we had
Ben
a big laugh
Affleck.
about it.
Ben Affleck.
Oh my God!
So I just want you to know.
I told the story about Ben Affleck throwing his Ferrari keys on the table.
I just want you to know that our listeners that they're in this film.
Okay.
So this is.
I'm back on his side now.
Oh, you're such a fucking wishy-washy fanboy of me.
What?
Be on my
Such
side.
a wishy-washy fanboy of me.
You either you're on my side or you're not. Okay, pick a side.
So
Pick a side now.
if you like a film about not even insider, I was gonna say insider trading, but it's not really insider trading. It's pump and dump stocks.
Yeah, it's a scam.
It's a scam for rich bros making a bunch of money, and then somebody being.
Would you call it Diet Wolf of Wall Street?
It's
Because that would be the first time that was said on this podcast.
it is hard to put it in the same place, but
He doesn't listen to us when we talk.
Yes. Well, I do phase out at times.
We said that last time.
I
Brad said
remember
it's
you saying
Diet
that.
Wolf of Wall Street.
But
I
that's
don't
what
think
I'm
you
saying.
do, though, because
no,
you
that's
didn't
what Brad said last time, and I'm not even sure I would say it's even Diet Wolf of Wall Street.
It is, though. 'Cause it's literally about Jordan Belfort and Trenton Oakmont. They just couldn't use their names or anything.
I know, but I'm
But
just
Nate
saying.
doesn't remember that, though, because
No,
he
no, no,
wasn't
no.
listening.
I'm just saying this is such a worse film than that it's
Of
hard
course,
to put
yeah.
like even in the this is like a Meyer brand version of that.
But that's exactly what it is, though.
I think it's attempted to be a Meyer brand version.
It's
of
not. It's not as bad as like a Transformers to Transmorphers.
No, definitely not.
But this is definitely just a
Well, this is made a
knockoff
lot
version
before,
of
but-
yeah
and made by somebody that isn't as good as
Hasbro.
So you like this film, though, Ben?
Hey, look what I has, bro. I'm Christopher Walken over here.
Hey, I like Hasbro, buddy.
Oh, what are you, Jim Gaffigan now? Wow.
He better not.
Hey, he better not talk about bacon that way.
Oh, he's using the voice already.
I thought that he talked about food more than this.
Hey, John Abrams is in this film too.
Who?
Jeffrey Jacob Abrams.
John Abrams.
John Jacob
Jingleheimer
Schmidt. That's my name too.
Whenever I go out.
The people always shout,
Here comes-
Brad Oman's high as fuck too.
That's a sequel to the first movie.
Whatever happened to Tom Everett Scott?
He is also dead.
You gotta stop saying people are dead.
I assume after a while.
Their families are listening.
I mean, you've got. I guess he was in La La Land, wasn't he?
Yeah,
See, he acted 5 years ago.
he acted.
Just feels like he was a big deal for like in the late '90s, early 2000s, and he's nothing now.
I think there were a lot of people in like the 90s. That
But what happened to Tom Hardy? You
had their
know,
moment.
he's not really doing too much these days. And what happened to these famous actors
Tom
like
Hardy.
Zendaya?
that the last movie that you watched, Nate?
You know?
Yeah, I just watched Spaceman and
Spaceman and what?
That's it?
What movie was I supposed to watch again?
The Game.
The Game. David
With Michael
Fincher.
Douglas. Way fucking better than both
I
of them.
just say because you gave me this, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, no, exactly. I gave you a good
How do
movie.
you not remember that it was a
and
joke?
Yeah, because I literally was just throwing it out there because
I feel like sometimes, guys. I feel like sometimes Nate gets into a mode when he's at home where he's like half paying attention and like doesn't like fully register.
All right, there's a lot of
what
text.
he's saying.
Their listeners don't understand. There's
Meanwhile,
a lot of text.
meanwhile, he sends us these dumb videos that we're expected to watch and like absorb. Every
Again,
You guys said videos freaking more than me. Don't even.
I'm only
Don't
sending. No,
even.
I'm only sending you cringy videos because you've ruined my algorithm. That's all that comes up.
Isn't that awesome?
It's not awesome.
It's so funny. I ruined
every
your
fourth
algorithm.
one is like, "Hey, girl, just let me eat that booty and make it drip." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" Or just like a guy licking his lips over and over again with like pockmarked skin and a backwards baseball hat and the palest skin you've ever seen.
And you love it.
And
so
his hands over his face like shy. And he's like, And he takes his hands down and he's got like albinism.
Chola eyebrows.
What in the absolute fuck is my algorithm? And I sent, the last text I sent to these boys, it was a screenshot of the Google search, how to reset your Instagram algorithm when your friend fucks you over. Anywhoozle, this has been fun. Well, anyway, like and
Thanks for
subscribe,
listening.
smash that hi button, say hi.
Everyone needs to hit that smash button.
Hey, Brad, why don't you sing the trailer song today?
Why?
Because you're high.
Because you're high.
Why?
Why is the loneliest answer?
Sounds like you're ready to go.
Come on. I'm just
Sounds like
prepping you.
Sounds like you're ready to get slick.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
I haven't spent the entire time thinking about a song to sing, though.
And that's why it's going to be great.
Is it going to be great?
It's going to be amazing.
Oh. I'm really trying to think of a song now. You like to watch my movie trailers now, like a movie trailer spinning round, round. It's a film reel with a movie trailer on it, and it spins around at 24 frames per second.
You know what? I will admit you didn't have me until
Then I
the
got
24
you.
frames per
Then I
second.
got you.
Totally. And you told me. You totally turned it around.
Oh, it's time to talk about some trailers.
And we're not going to talk about Garfield.
We did watch the trailer for Garfield.
We're not going to talk about
There's a
that.
second trailer for the Garfield.
Then
Here's
we
the
don't
thing.
need to- we don't need to
I
watch
think really the thing was
I
that
have some thoughts on this.
we were so overwhelmed with how fun and hilarious this looks. I'm ready for.
We just don't need to talk about
No,
it.
I want to say something about
Oh,
this.
God.
I do.
I brought it up just to pass,
Because they're making an editorial decision on Garfield to not make him lazy and
Well, no, he's lazy.
sarcastic.
He's sarcastic.
No, not in this. No, he's not. He's freaking going on an adventure.
Nate, hold on.
There's no
Hold on.
Garfield that would go on a
Whoa.
fucking adventure.
Real quick. In the trailer, the word
He's
sarcastic
lazy, and he's lazy.
is in the words are on the screen.
You are not lazy if you go on an adventure. You could say
He's not
oh,
going on
he's
an adventure. He's reluctant to.
but he does.
We weren't going to talk about this.
He's
Let me
forced
just
to.
He's all like I could do this. I could do this. You know what? The real Garfield would be like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's like a cat. It's like a cat.
But he's trying to impress his father.
I know, but
I also
Garfield
like-
doesn't want to impress his father.
I do like that John Arbuckle is watching Garfield eat a full pizza, a full lasagna, full plate of spaghetti and meatballs, and there's a to-go container full of lasagna. He already has eaten one, and he looks down and he goes, you know what? I'm going to call you Garfield. And it's like, that, why? Where is that from?
Well, the president famously liked Italian food.
Very clearly, and he was assassinated in an office. So okay, great. I was tremendously expecting, you know what? I'm going to call you lasagna. I just didn't say it. I wanted him to say it.
It would have been funnier if he would have said that and then someone off screen said, "Come Garfield."
Yeah, exactly. I
Oh,
would have.
yeah,
Yeah,
Garfield.
let's write that movie, Brad.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
I've got no problems. Chris Pratt's voice. I don't think it's a good one. I think Bill
don't-
Murray.
Wait. Did you say I have no problems with Chris Pratt's voice? It's not a good one.
Yeah, I'm just saying
that would
that's
say
not
that
my
you
issue.
You do have a problem.
That is
with
not
it.
my issue with this film. That I will not complain about it. Just like with Super Mario Brothers or whatever, I will not.
My
complain
problem
about
is his voice doesn't match Garfield.
because he's not because Chris Pratt
You son of a bitch. This is the first time Ben's gone back to the well
Yeah.
for a weird chip.
Yeah, because I want to
You guys
end this.
usually yell at me.
I want to end this fucking conversation. Let's move
All
on.
you're just digging us deeper because now we're going to think about Garfield, Chomp, and Lasagna.
Let's move on.
But Chris Pratt is not cynical and lazy as a character. His voice is not cynical and lazy. It is.
Yeah.
That's Bill Murray's voice.
He sounds a little too upbeat. But and I don't even
That's
think,
what I'm saying, because he's going on a freaking adventure.
But I don't even think that you need to go like back to the same Bill Murray sounding voice to do it justice. It just needs to be different and it's like seem like it matches like the character.
And be cynical and lazy. Don't go on adventures.
Well, find the guy from the 90s.
Lorenzo Music?
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Lorenzo Lamas.
I think he is actually.
I mean, he was probably 50 when he did the voice back then.
I don't know. But the Garfield movie. I can't
Okay,
wait.
cool. So
We also watched
this kitty's got claws. That's
Speaking
the tagline.
of this pussy's gonna get it.
Whoa, what?
That's what the tagline is for the Garfield.
Garfield, this pussy's gonna get it.
That's what happens to him when he goes to the Italian restaurant because the mob is there. That's why it's called that. It's Garfield.
By the way, Lorenzo Music died in 2001.
See, there you go.
In this trailer, the dog does like copious amounts of cocaine.
He has a name.
I know, and then Garfield gives him a name because he found his stray
OD.
in the alley, and he's like, OD, and like he wakes up, and he's like, oh, I guess that's what I'll call you.
John's like, I'm
it's
gonna
a
call you
very weird, it's a very weird.
As long as back as I
trailer.
can remember, I always wanted to be Garfield. Speaking of fun voices, we also watched the trailer for Bikeriders, which is a new drama starring Tom Hardy and Austin Butler as a gang of motorcyclists.
It's the Bikeriders, by the way.
The Bikeriders, like the Bricklayer.
They're motorcyclists.
They are motorcycle enthusiasts.
Yes, they are.
They're
bike
the
gang.
bike club.
Hey guys, let's do a
club.
little competition. Who does, out of the two of you, who does the best Tom Hardy?
Me.
Tom Hardy as an actor or Tom Hardy like in character?
You can make a choice.
Me, I'm Tom Hardy.
Oh, we're doing that one.
It's a good one. Do you have a better one?
No, it's
No, I'm
just,
Tom
no,
Hardy.
it's me, Eddie Brock, and I'm just here to do a little bit of journalism. Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good.
Yeah. Tom Hardy. Okay, mumbles. Shut the fuck up.
Now, why would we do that?
Do you have a different? Okay, does anybody have a different one to add?
Listen, Eddie. He does do the Venom pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, doing it pretty good. Eddie.
Do you have a different one?
I can also do the Venom, but it's not as good as Brad's. Eddie.
Yeah, here's the trailer voice.
Yeah, it's only like coming this summer.
But Tom
Eddie.
Hardy's he definitely made another choice here in the Bikeriders trailer because
I like it though.
no, it is. It sounds
like it a
natural.
lot.
It fits the. There's one thing that I actually do love about Tom Hardy is that he's never
Only one thing.
he's almost never doing his own voice. Like
He makes a choice every
You'd
time.
have a tough time guessing what Tom Hardy's real voice is after watching any of his movies, and you would never expect it. And I really appreciate that about an actor who goes out of their way to really make every character sound unique, even if it's just somebody who looks just like him. You
It's
know?
crazy though because I do a very good normal like what Tom Hardy really sounds like.
Hey, it's me, Tom Hardy. It's very nice to meet you all. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed working with all of the actors, and I want to just tell you right now that being Tom Hardy is hard.
It went from being
What do you have to say to me?
like a little bit of Bobcat Goldthwait to like
I
a little
don't-
bit
I-
of Pee Wee
I
Herman,
don't know who that is.
a little bit of Ernie,
No. No, it's Eddie.
and
Eddie.
some Father Guido Sarducci in
Eddie
there
Brock.
too. I think
No,
you have oranges in your mouth.
that's what I sound like all the time.
Oh jeez. No, the Austin Butler is also not doing his Elvis voice, which is great to hear as well.
Though he's got his Elvis hair, like he's got a very like because it's in the '60s. He's
yeah,
got
of
that
course
very.
it does, baby.
He just kept saying I'm all shook up, which was so weird.
This looks really good though.
No, it does. It
I
looks
mean,
great.
Michael Shannon also looks great. In
Michael
this.
Shannon
Like,
looks like road hard, put away wet.
Yeah.
He looks beat up and like in the best way. Like
Yeah,
he looks awesome.
What's his face from The Walking Dead, looking the same but with a bushier beard?
Is that Norman Reedus?
Yeah,
Oh shit! I didn't even.
Boyd Holbrook is in this. Yeah, this is a great cast.
Yeah.
it's a good cast. It should be pretty good. I'm excited to see it. I was kind of bummed because I tried to see it last year. It played at the Chicago Film Festival.
Nate,
And,
do you have a friend that's in this movie?
I do know a guy that's in this. Yes,
what's his name?
his name's Jordan. He's one of the bike riders. Jordan's got an interesting story. I've actually I don't know Jordan all that well, but I met Jordan at a restaurant in South Bend, and we just started talking about movies, and I told him about the podcast, and
Hi, Jordan. He's a listener.
yeah, so
Hello.
I like Jordan, though. We follow each other on Instagram, and he seems like a really great dude. And so Jordan Mullins, if you want to follow Jordan Mullins on Instagram, Jordan_M_Mullins. He's
An actor.
he is, but what's really fun about Jordan is he also has to have a regular job as well, and so he does other things, but he's kind of making it into some films like this one, and he's very excited about it. So
Good.
I'd love to have him on the podcast sometimes. He's in the South Bend area.
Well, you should invite him.
Yeah, we'll see.
Be our first actual actor that we've ever had on the show,
I mean,
other than Tom Hardy.
I don't know if you know, Finn was in a production at the Little Theater.
Oh, so was Tom Hardy.
That's true.
We've had Tom Hardy on quite a few
I don't
times.
remember having Tom Hardy on.
He
Well,
was
he was before his time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always had to leave the room, and he would be here. It was awkward. I'd never met him.
Yeah.
Brad knows him way better than I do.
And whenever Ben came back, he was always breathing heavily,
Yeah, like I had just run down the stairs
or like down the hall.
or 4 feet away. I'm fat.
The Bikeriders.
Yay!
When's it come out?
No, it
Nate?
does look good. It looks good.
It comes out on June 21st, 2024, and it is, like you said, it's kind of in I think the award circuit, kind of like it's making its round of the different festival circuit. Sorry.
Yeah.
It seems to be getting very good ratings.
Yes,
and I'm
absolutely.
looking forward to it. So
150%. We also watched the trailer for a movie that the first trailer actually came out with pretty early last year, but then it got delayed because of the actors' strike. And that's a movie called Challengers. And they just recently released a new trailer for that, which hits a lot of the same beats as the original trailer. And I don't think that the music cue is quite so great because the Rihanna song in the first one is pretty badass. But
I don't know. I feel like the trailers told a slightly different story. Did you?
the
Ben, when you
first
saw it?
one included a bit more.
The first one actually talks about a marriage, and
Yeah,
the second one was intriguing. Like, oh, she's fucking 2 dudes.
Yeah, because we watched the second one first and then watched the first one.
It was So Zendaya.
You say Zendaya, but it's Zendaya.
So Zendaya plays a woman that is a tennis pro and gets hurt, and then coaches 2 young gentlemen that are both vying for her affection. And clearly, per the first trailer, she marries one. But in the second trailer, you don't know that, and you just assume she's fucking them both. And in tennis, you call that deuce.
I call it love.
Both tennis terms.
The thing I'm most excited about is Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross do the soundtrack for this.
Of course.
So I'm really excited about it because it's going to be so good.
This movie is directed by Luca Guadagnino, who...
That is a hard name to say. I'm really proud of you.
Italiano!
That's his best Christopher Walken right there.
Have you seen Call Me By Your Name? Ben, I know you haven't.
I don't remember.
Timothy Chalamet and Armie Hammer?
Where he sucks Timothy Chalamet's
No, I've
blood.
not seen that one.
Tries to eat his hand.
You know, the thing that sucks is if you haven't seen Call Me By Your Name, watching it now will...
It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, it'll be kind of weird because...
Oh, kind of weird?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about it. This is going to be creepy.
It's a 2017 film.
Yeah. It's very good, though. Timothy Chalamet is fantastic in it. It's this, like, coming-of-age kind of romantic drama.
Literally.
And Timothy Chalamet is just tremendous in it. It's a very good movie. But, now that the things with Armie Hammer have come out, it's kind of...
so weird.
Icky.
But when you have $1 billion, great-grandfather, and you just have all the money in the world, you try to eat people. I get it.
I mean, when you're putting out that much baking soda each year, something's got to give.
And it's your will to not eat people. That's so dumb.
What do you guys think? You guys going to see Challengers?
I don't know, actually.
It's not a theater film for me.
It's
See, I love going to the theaters for movies like this because it's the kind of movie that you think like you wouldn't want.
That Sticky the Flores is going to be behind you and you're just excited about it?
Well, I got to take the Doom popcorn bucket with me.
Exactly. Like, watch that threesome scene and you're like, yeah.
But, like, it's just, like, they don't make movies that are, like, this scintillating or sexy anymore, like, often. Like, they've kind of pushed away from it, you know?
What was A Simple Favor came out a few years ago? I really liked that film.
It's a great movie.
And it's sexual and sensual.
But it's also darkly funny.
Exactly, yeah. So the trailer kind of reminded me of that a little bit. This seems more serious.
I say this doesn't look funny.
Maybe not more serious.
This is more like a sexy thriller.
Yeah, exactly. And but not. it also doesn't. It does the sexy thriller thing, but the stakes aren't like murder.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It's not the talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, or that I know of from the trailers, right?
Yeah.
It just seems like
Career sabotage.
we are going to Yes, I was going to say there's some sabotage is going to go on, but the stakes are very low.
Or
This
there's-
is very much just in their own world.
Clearly, still feelings going on 20 years later for both
Yeah.
of them somehow.
Well, I mean, if it was Zendaya was going to come between us, I got to choose
I'd let it happen.
Zendaya every day. I'll just keep saying her name differently.
I Zendunya, Zendune 2.
Zendunya later.
Okay,
Cha cha.
yeah, fake
Rootin'
guns from
tootin' rootin'.
I'm kind of getting tired of everyone on because you said Dune. I'm kind of getting tired of everyone being like, Dune's the best film ever. You should go see it. Everyone.
I'm going to see it on Thursday.
Everyone on Twitter's like, it's the best film.
I'm going with Luke
in the world.
Starkey on Thursday.
It's
at
not the
3:30.
best film in the world. It's very good though.
It's good.
I'm going to see Argyle. Argyle.
Gargoyle.
I like
Gargoyle.
Argyle.
I'm going to see
I'm
Gargoyle.
gonna see Gargoyle.
I'm going to see Gargoyle tomorrow.
You want to see Argyle tomorrow?
I'm going to see Argyle tomorrow.
The
I liked it.
sun will come out.
Argyle.
Argyle.
I will see it. You saw it?
I did.
I
I
will.
talked
Like-
about it on the podcast. Thanks for listening.
I don't. You,
You got you
you did
there.
give me back. You did give me back. I don't.
Oh!
Did you like it?
I did.
Okay.
I liked it. It wasn't his best film, but I liked it.
Yeah, you talked about it on the podcast.
Who's best film?
Oh my god.
Well, that's it. We did it, right? We're through it. We did it. We can go home.
Oh, pow!
Right in the kisser.
We got you in your fucking gullet.
Whoa! My God! You were so like he stood up, ladies and gentlemen. That was aggressive.
You get out of here.
Okay.
You get out of this ring, you hear me? I don't want to see you around these pots anymore.
Is that from Harry and the Hendersons?
No, it's
Go on, leave. We don't love you.
no, it's Chris Walken's the boxer.
Chris Walken's the boxer.
You get out of here. We don't need you anymore.
That's Harry and the Hendersons.
No.
Hey guys,
It is.
I have a question for you.
Can't you see we don't want you?
That's Harry and the Hendersons. That's John Lithgow and Harry and the Hendersons telling a Bigfoot that he needs to go into the
I'm
woods.
sorry, Nate, are you listening to this? John Lithgow telling a Bigfoot to go into the woods.
That's exactly what you're doing.
He's making up a movie.
It's called Harry and the Hendersons.
Can't you see we don't want you anymore?
We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't love you.
Get out of here, you hairy son of a bitch.
He doesn't. Well, he might have said. It's been a while since I've seen the film. Nate, you were going to ask a question.
I was, but I mean, I don't know if I will anymore. But
Well, what's the
Wow.
question you're gonna
Okay,
ask?
cool.
no. So John Candy died 30 years ago today. All right, and I want to know.
Ending on a sad note, then.
No. I want to know, who do you think
R.I.P. John C.
today? So we had obviously Chris Farley. We've had some really big, like robust,
Physically big and
Comedic.
also larger than life. Yeah.
also physical kind of comedians. Who do you think today would play a good role that John Candy would fit in?
The
Because John Candy was also really lovable.
the hard part these days, since probably, and I kind of mean this, since like the 90s, it's been very hard to have a leading man be a fat guy. Hollywood really did change a bit to like Ryan Reynolds is now the funny guy. You know, Ryan Gosling is playing funny. You don't need to be fat.
They are very
to be,
funny, but
they
yeah.
are hilarious, and there's nothing wrong with it. But they're not doing these things. Who's the guy that played the bomber that Clint Eastwood directed, and he was in?
Oh, Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah,
I was just going to say
he's
Paul
great.
Walter Hauser could maybe, if he was
He
given
does-
a chance.
He's more of a character actor, but he has
the range though.
He does
I
have
feel
the
like
range.
I feel like he's got a lot of potential in him that has not been realized yet.
He kind of reminds me of a Philip Seymour Hoffman, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, he has tremendous range. But if Bobby Moynihan did more work on screen rather than TV, that's the kind of person where you could see. Nobody's ever going to be John Candy, though.
I don't think he's had the potential to really prove it dramatically, even though I do think that he could. But I think Josh Gad probably maybe.
Yes.
Oh, Josh Gad's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
But again, we are not seeing those roles.
Yeah.
You know, name the last time you literally saw a buddy comedy with a kind of a bigger guy and a straight man. Like,
Is it because we feel less comfortable? This maybe
It's
isn't the
fat
right
shaming,
question.
right?
Yeah, that with less comfortable
You're laughing
making
at
that
than
a
with.
part of
Some of it
the
is
comedy.
that
But also sorry, go ahead.
not a lot of comedies are getting like prominently made anymore.
So,
either,
and when
you
they
know?
are, it's Baywatch with Zac Efron
Right.
and The Rock, who are just 9-packs all the way through, right? John Cena in Blockers, right? These are really ripped up people that are now also funny. So that's just, there's not a lot of room for the big funny fat guy anymore. And to leave an indelible impression on an audience, to be funny and bigger, and but also carry the weight of the movie, to be there's an emotional core there. Name me the last time you saw something akin to Trains, Planes, and Automobiles where John Candy
Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
What?
Planes, Trains, Automobiles.
What did I say?
Trains, Planes,
Oh,
Automobiles.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles that that had that emotional
And
core
the
to it.
Amtrak.
You know what I'm saying? Like where he's like,
No, yeah.
I like me, my kids like me, whatever.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Yeah,
And I miss it. I miss
That's
it.
why he is known as a comedic actor, but he was so good at the seriousness.
He was
mean,
amazing.
Yeah, it's rarely you see that in like, especially in mainstream comedies these days. You know, there was a time when like some of the movies that like Seth Rogen did could do that. They had a little bit of heart to them, but they were also very funny.
Yeah.
Well, The Long Shot has a little bit of, but he's more schlubby than he is a big fat guy, right? Like it's just not the same.
I agree.
John Candy was a man on an island as far as that level of talent.
But there's also it's a different environment too, because like they used to make movies like Uncle Buck and you know and stuff like that.
And these days they would still make that movie, but it would literally be Ryan Reynolds.
And there would be way different stakes, and it would be like
A world-ending thing instead of like I just got to watch my niece's kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to find those mid-level. Like,
well, let's write one.
Comedies that aren't high concept.
I can star.
Okay.
I'm fat.
Ryan Reynolds is supposed to be.
Can the guy have a drinking problem?
Can he?
Okay.
He does every day.
All right, I like what
Ryan Reynolds is actually working on a documentary about John Candy that's supposed to be coming out relatively soon.
Yeah, it's called Candyland.
Another Canadian.
I don't think that's what it's called.
It's called Candyland.
Did you know that?
Oh, sorry, Land of Candy. I apologize.
Lorne Michaels.
Landy.
Again, 10-1.
Pamela Landy.
10-1 little trivia for us. But Lorne Michaels was working hard for years to get John Candy on SNL, like as a cast member, but he wouldn't do it because he believed it betrayed his time on SCTV.
Yeah,
I love that. That's
he believed
high
like,
respect.
Yeah, like, and he could have done it, and nobody would have, I think, begrudged him for it. But
not
he said,
one person in the industry, but because that's also like you said, he was known in the industry as being the nicest person and the most giving. And if you went out to dinner and there was a bunch of famous people, he's paying the bill. He always did. Like there are plenty of stories about that where he just, and again, it probably comes from he feels bad. He needs to protect. He needs to take care of. You just don't really find people.
Here's
like
another
that
weird
anymore.
fact. So he called Catherine O'Hara before he went down to film his last film, Wagons East. He filmed it in Mexico. That's where he died. And he called her beforehand. He said, I feel weird about this. I feel like there's something that's going to happen. He told her something bad is going to happen when he's down there. And he died. Isn't that weird?
He was an angel.
Didn't that weird, though, for Catherine O'Hara to live with that? Like,
Yeah, I was like, the Catherine was like, why, John? Why?
I know, like, what? I don't know what to do with that, right?
His dying words like, dude, shit's Creek. Just, what is that? I don't even know what that is.
On a related note, sadly, Richard Lewis just died too, and he's also in Wagons East.
Yep.
One of the things about since he has passed, the clips have been making the rounds. I don't know if you guys saw him on Conan talking about Shaq. Did you see this?
I don't think so.
Have you heard about this? So he's on Conan, and look it up because it's a 3-minute clip and it's really funny. But it's Conan O'Brien and Johnny Knoxville was clearly the first guest, and so he slides over, and it's Richard Lewis talking about how he got to go backstage at the Lakers and go into the locker room, and he talks about how large Shaq's penis is, and it's just for a small Jewish man, Richard Lewis, to talk about Shaq's penis. There's a lot of easy jokes there, but some of the stuff he says. Like he's like, it's a tax deduction. Like he's got some of the most clever things. And Conan stands up, goes back to the fake window. Johnny Knoxville stands up, does a toe touch stretch, and Richard Lewis is on the edge of his seat, still telling the story. And everyone's like, he takes his entire time talking about this story rather than
I have to go look that
it's so good because clearly he's there to plug something. It doesn't get plugged.
Yeah,
they literally run out of time because Richard Lewis cannot stop talking. And I was like, I had a tear in my eye. I was laughing so hard.
Those are
it's
things
such
that
a good
that
thing.
I miss that Conan allowed for, that people like Jay never really, Jimmy Fallon would never.
You have to make sure the plug gets in there.
Yeah, or like we have to make
Play a
it look
game
like
or-
we're having fun.
Exactly.
You know, like don't just like.
But tell a story and be funny.
Yeah,
and
just hang
Conan
out.
O'Brien,
Yeah.
My God, he still is the king.
People
of
would
that.
do that on Carson all the time
And
too. Like,
Letterman.
If you haven't watched any like old school Carson clips, oh my God, they're like some of the funniest shit happens just in conversations you're having
It's
with
just
Johnny Carson.
2 or 3 people just having fun,
Yeah.
right, and letting the audience in on it, and
So
that's
good.
what Jimmy Fallon doesn't do.
And
well.
they're like everything now is like you said, like, well, we got to get to like the build a band thing where we go and play. and it's like you don't give the chance to have some organic conversation that spins out of control and is hilarious.
And to be fair, it's because they have to create content for YouTube.
Yeah.
To make money.
Exactly.
And so
Boo.
Talk shows used to be talk shows, not fucking circus shows.
Not game shows. Oh wait, never mind. Well, this has been a depressing end to Go Flix Yourself. Like, yeah, anything else you guys want to complain about?
I don't think so. I don't like Jimmy Fallon.
I don't dislike Jimmy Fallon, but I just think he's too phony on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't dislike him as a person. I don't like that he's the host of that show because I don't want that to be the show.
Yeah.
I don't like the fake laughing stuff that he does, but that's all I got to complain about tonight.
All right, well, we played a game last time, and I promise I will come up with a game for next episode. You heard it here first.
Who cares?
Well, we've got enough time going on here. We're good.
I know, but like
what time
people want games.
We're at 1:10.
Oh, wow.
People miss the games. Okay, I want to bring the games back more.
I know. Somebody said that, but like,
no, somebody said that because
Somebody also
thousands
said-
are thinking it.
like
We
we've
still
had
haven't done
many-
that special episode you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, I've been busy. I went to the home
Many
show this
listeners
weekend.
say that you have a bad attitude, and we don't.
Stop talking about your job. No one gives a fuck.
I had the home show this weekend.
I know no one cares. No one even knows what the home show is.
I had a home show for my
most of
my
our
real
listeners are
job.
in freaking New Zealand. They don't care.
Mitch, oh, how dare you? He knows about the gutter business. He cares about it.
Yeah.
You know what? He messaged me and asked me specifically how's business going.
No, he didn't.
When's the last time you
Mitch
guys did
did
that?
Not.
You know what? He messaged me and
No.
said, I made Ben think I cared about his business, and he laughed.
He messaged me and
Mitch
said,
wouldn't do that.
He
said-
sent me a video of him laughing, and his jaw became unhinged.
Mitch from New Zealand
Yeah.
did that.
"Hello, Mitch."
His jaw became unhinged.
Yes.
Yep.
That's how hard he was laughing. He
Mitch,
pranked you so good.
Mitch, I hope that your jaw is better. I'm sorry that your jaw came unhinged.
He messaged me and asked if Ben's okay. He's like, seriously, Ben, are you okay?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. We all know this.
Then he messaged me and he said, "Just kidding, I don't care."
Oh. Well, this has been fun. Brad, where can I don't care. Nate, I don't also care. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?